Alright, peoples. The Anvil of the Void. But, you know, before we head there, how about we jump back here to Orton Tag real quick and go turn in all these pieces of the Topsider's Blade that we've collected from defeating all these stupid Darkspawn bosses and stuff. Now, I don't really want the weapon, but I do want the experience for turning the quest in. And I can sell the weapon later or something. It's not something I'm personally going to be using. But it's a sword with decent stats, couple rune slots. I mean, it's worth having. This is the grave where it started, and it's where you turn it in. Northeast corner of the Orton Tag. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so anyway, head back. Go see what's up with this anvil. Go see if we can find Ogren's estranged wife, who's now been gone for 2 years down here in the deep roads. This probably isn't going to end well.
This has to be it. She will not be unprepared. What was that?
Let me be blunt with you. After all this time, my tolerance for social graces is fairly limited. That doesn't bother you, I hope.
Shave my back and call me an elf. Branka? By the stone! I barely recognized you!
Ogren. It figures you'd eventually find your way here. Hopefully you can find your way back more easily. And how shall I address you? Hired sword of the latest lordling to come looking for me? Or just the only one who didn't mind Ogren's ale breath?
Be respectful, woman. You're talking to a Grey Warden.
Ah, so an important errand boy, then. I suppose something serious has happened. Is Endrin dead? That seems most likely. He was on the old and wheezy side.
That is my dad, bitch. Not that you would care.
You are seeking my support? You wish to succeed Endrin and become a ruling queen? I don't care if the Assembly puts a drunken monkey on the throne. Because our protector, our great invention, the thing that once made our armies the envy of the world, is lost to the very darkspawn it should be fighting. The Anvil of the Void, the means by which the ancients forged their army of golems and held off the first archdemon ever to rise. It's here, so close I can taste it. The anvil lies on the other side of a gauntlet of traps designed by Caridin himself. My people and I have given body and soul to unlocking its secrets. This is what's important. This has lasting meaning. If I succeed, the Dwarven people benefit. Kings, politics, all that is transitory. I've given up everything and would sacrifice anything to get the Anvil of the Void.
Obviously.
Enough questions. If you wish me to get involved with this imbecilic election, I must first have the anvil. There's only one way out, Warden. Forward. Through Caridin's maze, and out to where the anvil waits.
What has this place done to you? I remember marrying a girl you could talk to for 1 minute and see her brilliance.
I am your paragon.
Well, she's certainly not your wife anymore. She abandoned you a long time ago. Not just abandoned you, but then took her mistress with her instead, and then fed her mistress to the Darkspawn, or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Hespith and that whole Broadmother thing and all that, but whatever the case, whatever dwarf she didn't lose to the Darkspawn, she's fed to Caridin's traps, willingly, trying to get this thing. You know, the dedication where you're willing to sacrifice anything is all good and well. It's what makes, you know, great things happen by great people. But what involves the sacrifices of others instead, it becomes a little too convenient. Then when you see that other people are expendable in your desire to get this, you know, object, this material thing, that's beyond obsession. That's then it becomes criminal. So no, this isn't a dedicated woman bound on saving her people. This is a woman possessed. or obsessed, and she's sitting here trying to justify herself or whatever in my ear, and apparently she's out of reach, so I can't shut her up right now. I have to shut her up later, but we can list her crimes real quick. And rather than do the politically correct thing these days of making excuses for every criminal and trying to make innocent people guilty, I'm going to try to show just a sense of reason here. And let's see. All right, so she abandons her husband and takes her mistress instead down in the deep roads with her whole family and proceeds to sacrifice her whole family to both the Darkspawn and watch all that happen. But then she's going to feed what's left of her house and anyone who comes looking for her, trap them too, including us, right? Kidnap us and make us do her will, because our only way out is to do this thing here that she's watched all these people die in front of her face. You see all the corpses laying around right here. She's been down here living with this for a while. She's obviously completely lost her mind. Criminally insane. But, yeah, she's willing to go to any lengths as long as she doesn't sacrifice herself, apparently. And, yeah, I'm not going to respect that in any way, shape, or form. And, okay, so this anvil supposedly helped them defeat the first blight, right? Which I doubt they did single-handedly, but let's just say they did. Let's say the first blight was completely defeated by the dwarves down here or whatever. It obviously didn't work on the second, third, or the fourth, alright? And now we're on the fifth here, and she thinks that this relic is going to somehow do something that it hasn't done yet. And, sorry. There's just no justifying this. But, yeah. Any decision I have to make after this point is going to be pretty easy. I just feel sorry for Ogren. He seems, you know, pretty obstinate. I guess he's a loyal dude or something, but he still has stars in his eyes for this creature here that he used to call his wife. And I don't know, at some point she may have been this miraculous, super intelligent, really creative genius woman or whatever, but now she's just a murdering piece of crap.
You have no idea how they carried on. Holding my hand, begging to stop. They had pledged their
Oh, that didn't work.
These lyrium veins, I believe if you're elf or human, they'll actually heal you. Even here, I know they will in the Fade. Doesn't work for dwarves, of course, but I believe it works for elves and humans the same here also. Because it's instant heals. Now, there's a cooldown period on them, if they act the same as they did in the Fade. There's like a, I don't know, minute cooldown, so it's not like you can just spam heals with those things, but I think if, like, say when we're hurt real bad or something, I could switch to her and heal her with one of those for free. I believe that's the case. No matter, I've never really gotten in the habit of using them anyway, regardless of whether I'm playing a dwarf or not, but they're there. Might actually begin to wonder if the lyrium might have not played some part in Branka's madness, but, I mean, her initially setting off with, you know, enough men to survive down here. She apparently took hundreds with her, you know, and all that. I mean, I get it. I mean, maybe it was semi-reasonable when it started, but what it turned into, I don't know. I don't know, because, you know, if you go all the way back to where things started to go wrong with Hespith, her lover and all that, and feeding her house to the Darkspawn so she could get past that area and get to where she is now, doing all this crap. Now we're going to see Caridin's traps, which all these dwarves have died. The ones that didn't die to the Darkspawn here themselves have died, apparently, trying to get through this spot. Here we have a poison. We'll turn the levers off, and then, of course, we have these golem guards, too. Caridin's defenses. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, unless these lyrium veins have just been present down here all along and slowly turn this woman mad. I don't know. I don't think so. Personally, I would guess that she was just off from the start, or very prone to becoming obsessed with this thing to the point that she'd become criminally insane. Yay, level up.
As you wish.
Alright. Guess I got everything. Looks like these side rooms have, or the side doors have rooms behind them. And I don't recall ever having been able to get through them, but I wonder if they don't open somehow. If there's something. You know, turn these levers in a particular order. I don't recall having ever figured it out. I think I would remember something like that, so I don't know. One of you guys have ever gotten into those rooms somehow, if there's some little secret trick, something you step on, or something you turn in a certain order, or whatever. Let me know, I'm kind of curious, actually. I guess I can go look it up, but anyway.
Trap.
Moving ever onward. Alright, now, if I remember right, these blade traps will actually do work. They will actually get busy with you. Make sure those are out of the way, first and foremost. Now those white numbers coming up, those are the actual damage I'm doing. Notice the increased armor rating of these golems here. Cutting my damage down to about a quarter, actually, roughly. What I should normally be doing. Wynn does have, maybe it's Morgan. Maybe it's Morgan that has it. It's, oh, is it called Spirit Blades? I don't remember, but it's, instead of giving you, frost or fire on your weapons, telekinetic blades, that's it. And, it essentially gives you increased armor penetration. We'd be doing more, I would be doing more base damage here. I guess my whole party would, actually. And specifically against enemies like this. I don't have it active. I think it's on Morgan's spell tree anyway. You know, there's only a certain number of tactic slots I have to work with, regardless, and there's probably more important things that I would have my mages doing right now anyway, but definitely cases like this, it's good to have. Honestly, the one thing that would be most effective, especially on Nightmare, is lightning weapons, if they had it. Now, they introduced that in Dragon Age 2. What was really cool is Elemental Weapons was a single spell, and it was based on the staff type that your mage had equipped, so if you wanted to change the element, just change your mage's staff, and that was awesome. Okay, this right here, okay, I hate this, alright? Quick explanation. This thing's going to spit out spirits. Dwarven spirits. They're apparently bound in this thing. And wow, this actually adds a new flavor to that whole line of thought. Is see, these spirits are bound in this machine here, whatever you want to call this thing. Once again, something very, very similar to Dwarven magic here going on. But all right, if you kill a spirit near one of these anvils, or one of these anvils, they just kind of charge up over time or whatever. Maybe it's a certain amount of damage you do to these spirits, and the anvils will, you'll see that little pillar of energy around them. Anyway, you activate them and it shoots an energy blast towards that machine, and you essentially have to hit each one of those faces twice. Is the basic gist of it, and it seems like when I kill a spirit close to one of the anvils will activate, and then of course these spirits will run off like little bitches like that, and it makes it really hard to do. But anyway, this can be pretty brutal because even the machine itself can start spitting. I don't know if it's poison or it's something at you. Life drain, I don't know. But it can heal the spirits. There you go, bust them in the face. It can heal the spirits on one hand, and it can hurt you on the other. And all the while, of course, you're having to fight the spirits themselves, which are all lieutenant grade. So yeah, this can be it can just beat your party down over time. Eventually, you're going to run out of heals, type of thing. Wow, coward. Yeah, see, it's spitting those. Once you hit it once and the lights go out and they start bleeding like that, and then it starts spitting things at you. Now, see, that face should be dead. And so if you're in front of a face with the eyes active, I think it can heal the spirits you're attacking. I believe that's how it works. And then if you're in front of a face with where the eyes are bleeding, then it starts hurting you instead, or something like that. Anyway. Okay, there's an angle active over there. Wait, no, see if I can get a 2-for right here. Something like that. These archers, dude, just wow. Bust him in the face, Shale. There you go. We should be almost there. What do I got? Let's say I have one. Is this the last phase? I think this is the last phase. I'm not sure. Get this guy right here real quick. Oh wow, that thing can shoot out more than one little poison dart or whatever those things are it's hitting me with. Take that, punk ass. Yeah, that was it. Alright, that was the last phase. So anyway, hit each face twice with the anvil things. And this all really smacks of dwarven magic to me. Some way, shape, or form. I think perhaps once we actually go talk to Caridin himself, it might clear some of this up a little bit. Shed some new light on it. I'm really digging playing this at the same time as Inquisition, because I'm kind of going back and forth, and I'm kind of getting some more stuff revealed later, which kind of clarifies or adds to some stuff I'm seeing here, and some of this stuff is making more sense. Or at least I'm seeing it in a new light. I think that's just awesome. It's really, I would strongly recommend it to anybody. I can't wait to see what running through Dragon Age 2 is going to be like. Do that game some more justice, in that it was already just a friggin' amazing game that I think people give it way too hard of a time. But I think that it's possible there's a lot of stuff hidden in Dragon Age 2. I know maybe they had to shorten the amount of development time they had to work on the maps and stuff. You know, there's a lot of copy and pasting of very small maps, and they took, you know, they reused a lot of areas, and that's all fine and dandy. I mean, it's combat and the story and the, you know, narration and stuff that I'm really into anyway. But if there are little things in the environment and stuff still that are, you know, correct as far as the lore is concerned, you know, that are, what do they call it, canon or whatever, then I'm really interested to see that. If some things that are said in passing in talking to NPCs, or some stuff you see here or there in the environment, or something that pops up in some random codex somewhere, or whatever, if that doesn't have a lot more relevance than what it might have first appeared to have, you know, first playing through Dragon Age 2. Now, seeing some other stuff here, go back and see that in a new light. I'm hoping.
My name is Caridin. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Caridin, the Paragon Smith, alive?
Ah, there is a voice I recognize. Shale of the House of Kadash. Step forward.
You know my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
Have you forgotten then? It has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that you were a dwarf, just as I was. The finest warrior to serve King Valtor, and the only woman to volunteer.
The only woman? A dwarf?
You were
I laid
squishy
you
too,
on
Shale.
the Anvil of the Void, here in this very room, and put you into the form you now possess.
The Anvil of the Void. That is what we seek.
If you seek the Anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it. Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item, the Anvil of the Void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere.
Dwarven blood magic. Well, just go figure. Who would have thought?
The Darkspawn were pressing in. Originally, I only took volunteers, the bravest of souls, willing to trade their very lives for the chance to defend their homeland.
There's always a justification or a reason.
But King Valtor became greedy. He began to force men, casteless and criminals, his political enemies, all of them were to be given to the Anvil. It took feeling the hammer's blow myself to realize the height of my crimes. Not revenge. The blow of the hammer opened my eyes. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. You were amongst the most loyal, Shale. You remained at my side throughout, and at the end, I sent you away out of mercy.
I do not remember.
We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the Anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the Anvil once, Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again.
You speak of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
Don't listen! He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness. Help me claim the anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen!
Branka, you mad, bleeding nugtail! Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with dark spawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory!
So it fights with Caridin? Good. That seems right.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
No! You will not take it! Not while I still live!
Branka, don't throw your life away for this. Just give her the blasted thing. She's confused. Maybe once she calms down, we can talk to her.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Caridin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control rod! But, my friend, you must help me. I cannot stop her alone.
All right, so to make the blood magic connection, a blood mage will sacrifice a person to bind a demon. All right, summon a demon and then sacrifice a person to bind that demon to its will. All right, that's like always the cost. So here they sacrifice a person, all right, and encage that spirit, right? That in this case, these dwarves' spirits in stone, and then craft a control rod to bind that spirit to the golem to bring it under your will, so you can command it like as a soldier, right, type of thing, or whatever. I mean, not much difference than what a blood mage would use a demon for, to kill more people than the blood mage could kill on his own with his fireballs and lightning and stuff, as if that weren't enough. You know, of course, mages, they want to kill as many people as possible in the allotted amount of time given, because that's their whole purpose for living. That's what mages do. Right, so dwarves, taking their own version of blood magic here, would do that with these golems. So I really can't compare a golem to a demon, though, because rather than being a spirit brought into this world against its will, contrary to its purpose, this is taking a spirit straight from a dwarf and encaging it in stone, and then binding it to your will. But anyway, similar principle. Ogren's probably going to be mad about this, but I don't know. He seems a little dense when it comes to this lady right here. He's refusing to open his eyes and see what's up with her. That she's way too far beyond just being over the top. You know, she's way past she's way past the edge. Let's put it that way. She's not your wife anymore, dude. Even if she would come back to you now, which is not going to happen, but even if she would...
Good old Branka. She's a bit, abrasive, isn't she? Guess I forgot that part about her screeching in my ear every sodding day. Oh well. We'll help her get the anvil, and then she'll come home, and everything will be better.
Totally dense. I think that was dialogue meant to be said in passing before you meet Branka, but yeah, you see that he's not going to see reason when it comes to her for whatever reason. Blinded by love, I guess.
No. Perhaps it thinks I should. It may have something to do with Caridin's words. If there is some way to make a copy of these runes, I am willing to study them. Perhaps there is something to be gleaned from them. I know not.
Names. Long list of dwarves. Wait, hold on. We honor who have made this sacrifice. Let their names be remembered. Fart me a lullaby. It's a memorial of all the dwarves who became golems. Has to be. If there was some way of getting this back to the Shaper at Orzammar, I bet they'd brown their trousers and pay good gold for it. Probably both.
Alright, so we'll get a reward for this. Just what Ogren said, too, is turning that into the Shaper. Alright. Lots of lyrium veins laying around, like I say, for that boss battle. Doesn't do me any good, but I believe humans and elves could benefit from that. So we get Branka's shield. Something else to sell, right? You start looking at getting Alistair a new shield, something cool. I think I may get him the bulwark from camp. Bodan, maybe. I don't know. Really not sure what the best shield in the game is. I've never really played much of a sword and shield warrior type. I'm either a two-handed warrior or a rogue. Those are like my two favorites. But bulwark actually looks pretty decent.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the Anvil would kill her.
How is it that the woman was not able to disable me as she did you, Caridin?
I do not know. Have you been altered?
I once had a pathetic little mage of a master. He did something to me, experimented on me, and then I killed him, and it rendered me paralyzed.
Perhaps he was bringing forth old memories, and caused you to remember the time when you fought at my side. The paralysis you speak of always resulted when the Master perished. As for your free will, you were always a strong woman, Shell. I am pleased to see you remain such.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Do not thank me. All of this is my doing, my legacy. But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The Anvil waits there for you to shatter it.
It was good to meet you, Paragon. I intend to ensure that your warnings about the golems are heard by the Circle of Magi.
Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden?
I don't suppose you can bring Branka back. Maybe make her a golem like you.
I would not do such a thing to her, even if I could.
Somehow I didn't think so. Well, and I don't want anything that would remind me of this. Best it's just done. There is still the matter of the election. I mean, we still need a Paragon to get the Assembly support, right?
For the aid you've given me, I shall put Hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here.
Alright, and so we will destroy blood magic one piece at a time. That's our job as heroes in Dragon Age. Destroy my blood magic one piece at a time.
You have my eternal thanks, stranger. A trust in all Tunshire. May you always find your way in the dark.
He stayed around just long enough to wait to see somebody finally destroy that thing that had, Wow, he's been here since the first Blight. Jeez, that's a long time. Branka said 1,000 years. I think lore-wise it's actually a little longer than that, right?
Oh, that didn't work.
Whatever. How about we get out of here? I think Ogren would agree. You think?
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news? Yeah, those Deshers have been trying to destroy the city for years. Haven't managed yet.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
We should let the Warden speak. What news do you bring?
Caridin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caridin forged a crown for Orzammar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
And we are supposed to trust this. The word of a drunken sot and a murdering exile known to be in Harrowmont's pocket.
Silence!
So says the murderer.
This crown
Wow.
is of Paragon make, and bears House Ortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caridin choose?
This is gonna feel good.
I appreciate your forthrightness, Warden. You have acted with grace through this entire torturous process.
And notice, all the assembly have magic staffs. Point that out here again, because that's, got to be significant. They aren't carrying those by accident.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
I will not abide by this!
The ancestors have spoken.
You turned your back on Orzammar when you killed our brother.
Watch out! They brought weapons!
Guards!
So this guy's ready to kill another king, right? Just get rid of this piece of shit. Oh man, this is how you make the world a better place. You don't lock trash like this up. You get rid of it. You don't let it go pollute people in prison too. You don't let it pollute any more of the world than what it already has. You throw out the trash. Yes, that is the only solution. Oh man, stole my kill, bastard. I'm waiting to kill that guy for a long time. Alright, so the Deshers that were loyal to Balin, though, even though they had staffs...
I admit I did not think even Balin would defy the word of a paragon, nor that so many would follow him. But most of Orzammar has seen him for what he really is, and I trust we will bring this insurgency under control. I prefer to be known as a just and compassionate king. Strong too often comes to mean tyrannical, but I will not leave this uprising unpunished.
Good for you, then.
Those loyal to the throne will begin preparations for a surface mission immediately. Orzammar will fulfill its treaties. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get to the palace and set our plans in motion. I'll talk to a sculptor, see what we can do. This is the staff I carried as King Endrin's II. Take it as a reminder of your place in Orzammar. I wish you luck against the Blight Warden. May we foster another 4 centuries of peace.
That's a hope against hope that there will one day be a Paragon statue of my warden. One day in the Dragon Age. Alright, anyway. I don't even think you could import that as part of, one of the decisions you made from the keep, whether you asked for a statue or not. I think it should be, personally. I want a Paragon statue for my warden. Alright, anyway. So, got that. We still have to go deliver some news to the Shape Rate.
For restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly. You'll have us. It's time the surfaces saw the good the stone can unleash. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
Alright, so he kind of ambushed us when we walked out. Oh, we got to deliver the bad news to that lady, too. About her son. Yeah, that's not cool.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark time.
Okay, memories right there. Okay, I think that's from finding all those tablets down the deep roads. I think that's right.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Did you find any records? Any sign of the old Orton Tig? You found them? Let me see. That's my great-grandmother's name. And her husband. Oh, great ancestors, it's them! It's me! I am an Orton. Oh, thank you. I have to take these to the assembly right away. Find me there. Once these are acknowledged, I'll give you any reward.
Any reward? Like 1 million gold or something? I'm just saying. Alright.
Impressive work, Warden. King Haramont's impending coronation has been entered into the memories. Is there something more I can help you with? What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arse it is. Taken from a tablet in Caridin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caridin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shaperate has never had much information on Caridin and his golems, much less proof of this magnitude. Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward. I must inform the Shaperate at once.
It would be cool to see them redo the Shaperate maybe in a future game with, of course, all the next-gen graphics and capabilities, and have this huge archive of Dwarven history going back millennia, you know?
You've returned. With all the excitement over the new king, I never expected you to remember my poor son. Did you learn anything about my ruck? Oh, my poor boy. I guess I knew, but I just wish I could have seen him one last time. Here, this is my husband's masterwork, the first shield he smithed. I don't have anyone to save it for anymore. I'd like you to have it, for what you risked to bring me this news.
Well, that just sucks in, like, every way. But I think that was the best way to go about it, I guess. I don't know. To give her closure, you know. I mean, here's the chantry they opened for the dwarves. Brother Burkle.
Welcome to what will soon be Orzammar's first chantry. The chant of light will reach all corners of the world. We will never forget who made this possible.
Good.
I will, see what I can do.
Yeah, you do that, because, you know, you all didn't have any problem exiling me and striking my name from the records. I want to put back on the records. I want a statue. I want some plaques. Alright, once we get outside, this is pretty funny.
By the stone. I feel like I'm about to fall off the world with all that sky up there. Too bad. It's kind of like being drunk, but so much cheaper.
That's awkward.
Well, let's get moving. We're losing, daylight.
Awkward's what you'd call a crass optimist, right? Man, he's so awesome. Alright. Alright, so we got a new follower. Got a new buddy on our team, and I'm gonna head back to camp. We're gonna talk to him a little bit. And we might go back and get our reward from that girl for making her a noble, or giving her the records of the Orton Tig. I think you have to, like, leave and come back to talk to her or something. I'll go try that, and if that's the case, then I'll include that too. But till then, y'all take care. Thanks for watching. You want to subscribe? Click that button over my head. All the videos on the left. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.